Good morning. This is your media report for Monday, July 18th, 2016. I'm Sergeant Laurie McGee, Media Relations Officer for the St. John Police Force. Since Friday morning, July 15th until today's date, police have responded to 367 calls for service. The St. John Police Force would like to hear from anyone that has any information concerning any of our calls or investigations. We can be reached at 506-648-3333, at our email police@stjohn.ca, or you can do it anonymously through the Provincial Crime Stoppers at 1-800-222-8477, or on their website at crimemb.ca. On Friday at 12:34 p.m., police were called to Partown Centre for a report of a male at that location who there was a warrant for revoking his parole. A 49-year-old male was arrested and held for transport by the Sheriff's Department. At 11:03 p.m. Friday evening, police were called to McDonald's on McAllister Drive for a report of a possibly impaired driver. Police checked the operator of the vehicle, a 36-year-old male. He displayed signs of impairment and was subsequently arrested for impaired driving. The accused was later released to appear in court at a later date. At 12:57 a.m., police were called to the area of King Square, where they located a male lying on the ground. It was learned from a witness that the male was assaulted by two females, who then took an undisclosed amount of money from the victim. The incident remains under investigation with the Major Crime Unit. At 12:58 a.m., a vehicle was stopped on the causeway after it was observed going through a red light. The male operator, aged 26, displayed signs of impairment and was arrested for impaired driving. He was later released to appear in court at a later date. At 1:30 a.m., police observed a vehicle being driven erratically in the area of Princess Street where it was stopped. A 31-year-old male driver was arrested for impaired driving. He was later released to appear in court at a later date. On Saturday at 2:13 p.m., a 24-year-old female attended Peel Plaza to report an assault by her ex-boyfriend. An officer recognized her as being wanted for 3 outstanding files relating to theft and mischief. She was arrested and released on conditions to appear in court at a later date. The assault investigation remains active. At 6:34 p.m. Saturday evening, police were called to Sears in McAllister Place for a report of a shoplifter. A 25-year-old female was arrested for theft as well as for 2 outstanding theft charges and 3 counts of probation violation. She was held for a court appearance. At 8 p.m., police arrested a 35-year-old male for a fraud after they were called to Lawton's in McAllister Place for a male who altered a prescription. He was arrested and later released to appear in court at a later date. At 11:44 p.m., police arrested a 27-year-old male at a Starling Street residence for theft after police were called to the Petrocan on Hilliard Street the previous day for a report of a theft of fuel. The accused was released to appear in court at a later date. On Sunday morning at 6:24 a.m., police were called to a Melrose Street multi-unit apartment complex for a report of an unresponsive female located at the rear of the property by another resident of the building who had just returned home from work. The female victim, aged 43, was transported to the St. John Regional Hospital where she was pronounced deceased. The Major Crime Unit and Forensics Unit continue to investigate what police are considering at this time to be a suspicious death. An autopsy will be conducted to determine the cause of death. Further information will be released when it becomes available. And at 8 a.m., police were called to an Ellerdale Street high-rise for a report of a sudden death of a 61-year-old female. The Major Crime and Forensic Units were notified, and the scene is being held by police until an autopsy can be conducted to determine the cause of death. No further information will be released at this time. At 11:47 a.m., members of the Integrated Street Crime Unit, including St. John, Kennebecasis Regional, and RCMP, executed a CDSA search warrant on a hotel room located at the Canada's Best Value Inn, located at Portland Place. A 55-year-old male was arrested as he exited the hotel. Police seized 80.2 grams of crack cocaine and just under $3,000 in Canadian currency. The accused will remain in custody, charged for possession for the purpose of trafficking in crack cocaine and proceeds of crime. On Sunday evening at 7:10 p.m., police responded to a Molson Avenue residence where they arrested a 12-year-old male for violation of his court order, his second violation in as many days. He was held for a court appearance. And at 3:43 a.m. this morning, police were called to a Douglas Street residence for a report of a male attempting to gain entry into an apartment. The accused, aged 40, was arrested for forcible entry after the back door was observed to have been kicked in. He was also charged for assault after it was learned he assaulted a neighbor of the caller as he attempted to restrain him. He remains in custody for a court appearance. And this will conclude the media report for Monday, July 18th. Have a good day and be safe.